All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am continuing my weekly doing uncut reactions to beloved albums thing. We're starting the Portishead discography, ladies and gentlemen. Portishead are an act that I've been meaning to get to for years at this point, seriously. Dummy is an album that I have been sitting here wanting to listen to. I don't even know how long. I have been sat here like, I want to get a video done on this album. I want to get a video done on this album. And I've just like not found the right time to do it. My hair's all fucked up because I just fucking washed my hair. I've not found the right time to do it. And I was like, you know what? We've just done the Boards of Canada discography, did those as uncut reactions. I'll do the same for the Portishead discography. It's only 3 albums. We're going to have this done like that. Yeah, I'm very excited for this. I'm very, 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 very excited for this. This is a beloved album, okay? This shit has a, rounded up, it has a 90 on Album of the Year. It's number 54 of all time. Number 54 of all time. This is like an almost top 50 album on Album of the Year right here. This is one of the most dick-eaten albums of all time, and I'm going into this with expectations sky high. I've heard songs off of this album. The only one I have on the like songs here is Roads, but I know I've heard more than just one track off of this. I'm not sure which other ones I have heard, but I know I have. Yeah, I'm going into this expectations through the roof. I know I'm going to love this album. Spoilers, I'm going to enjoy this album. Who cares? Track 1, Mysterons. It's good, but not even in top 10 best trip-hop albums. Damn. You know what I might do, chat? I might go back and download that Mezzanine stream, Mezzanine, however the fuck you say it, from, like, what was it? It was like 2 years ago that I did that. I might download that and upload that as an uncut reaction. England won. Okay. Congratulations, England. I don't care. Is it the finals next? I mean, immediately, Beth Gibbons' voice is fucking angelic. Oh my god. Like, I need to mention it off the top here. Beth Gibbons is just one of the most, like, enticing trip-hop vocalists out there. I think that her very wispy performance, I think that the very uncomfortable intimacy that she brings to a lot of the Portishead tracks that I've heard, I just fucking love Beth Gibbons as a vocalist. And, like, immediately here, that's the thing that's drawing me in, is just how immediately gripping the vocals are. Of course, you got, like, an interesting drum loop here as well. Very nice low-end heavy production, too. See what this is influenced? This shit has influenced everything. Portishead, like, one of the most blazed artists out there. Oh, shit. I'm gonna check real quick. What has a higher user score? This on Mezzanine. This is higher than Mezzanine, wow.
Did you really want? Did you really want? Did you really want? Did you really want?
The song title is derived from the Mysterons, a species from Mars, who are the antagonists in the classic 1967-68 British show Captain Scarlet and the Mysterons. While they are portrayed as the bad guys in the series, there's a nuanced exploration of their motives, suggesting they are more a product of misunderstanding and conflict than outright villainy.
Did you really want? Did you really want?
check.
Did you really want?
Fucking record scratches.
Did you really want?
Song sounds very goopy. Yeah. So actually an accurate descriptor. Listening to straight goo and slime indeed. It's definitely very jazzy. They played Wonderwall after England won. I'd be hitting one of these. On the spot. Football and Wonderwall. Like the worst combo. But yeah, there's definitely kind of like an acid jazz kind of feeling that this is creating immediately. Like specifically in the production, in the way these synths are implemented as well. Oh, sorry, the theremin, not synths, the theremin. Very different. Yeah, Mysterons is an excellent opener. I'm feeling like a low 9 on this. Immediately, I'm just completely taken aback by how excellent this is atmospherically, by how captivating of a vocalist Beth Gibbons is, the fact that they're able to really extend this instrumental out and kind of force you to sit in this very dark, acid jazz-esque kind of environment here. That feels very creepy, that feels very unnerving, like a lot of the best trip hop does, but it doesn't feel like it's just relying on that. It feels like it has the production chops to work just as a song beyond its aesthetic level. It's got a beautiful progression. I think that the drum beat on this track is very fascinating, like the little rolling snare fill that comes at the end of every bar. The way that it brings in like the spooky ghost sounding theremin towards the end of the track could come across as very on the nose on a lot of other songs, but here it actually feels quite natural. It feels like it actually adds to the experience of this track, like you're watching an old horror movie or something like that, which it obviously the title of the track is a reference to an old like alien TV show. So I don't know, I feel like it's kind of capturing that in a way that's charming, but also able to be effectively kind of eerie at the same time. Good shit. Up next we have Sour Times. After 5 seconds of silence, of course. Samples are actually a good idea.
Take a shot now, 'cause nobody loves me. It's true. Not like you do.
Samples a Lalo Schifrin song and a Smokey Brooks song.
race, scattered sea, buried lives, mysteries of our disguise repair. Circumstance we decide. Nobody loves me. It's true. Not like you do.
Damn. Yeah, this is like actually just powerful writing as well. Like, not only is it like a great, like, captivating atmosphere, but these lyrics about like love being fake, love being something that isn't truly real in the way people perceive it to be. Kind of getting caught up in the love that she perceives to be feeling from this guy, despite knowing that in the verses none of it is real. Like, she's blinding herself to the reality that this guy is going off doing all of this terrible shit, like cheating on her, being unfaithful. Doesn't get away with anything. She wanted a cuddle and was being shy. Good doggy. I love that dog. Yeah. A very powerful track about false love and kind of letting yourself be blind to all of the bad shit people do simply because the love that you perceive to get from them is powerful enough to allow you to do some selective hearing, or I guess selective observing of their actions. On top of that, you get just like a fucking breathtaking instrumental. Oh my god. These very strange echoey guitars throughout this track, the drums being so punchy here, all of the low end really feeling like it's so dense and full, while the high end feels like it's really getting to spread its wings and be very loose and free. It's like such an interesting mix of sounds that they bring together on this track that allow it to feel so dense without feeling like it's too packed. It feels like there's actually a lot of room to breathe in this mix, and also just the actual sounds that they're choosing to work with here are fucking beautiful. Yeah, I'm feeling a high 9 on this one. Strangers. I like this really gated vocal effect here. This is... I don't know, it makes the song feel very old. Oh!
On this side
This is maybe my favorite so far. Like, that was so fucking powerful. This is a song about like struggling to move on and kind of dealing with heartache while you're trying to, I guess, let go of someone you were previously with. This could even be a direct continuation of the previous song of like finally realizing that this person does not love you in the way you think they do, and then you're forced to cut it off and let go. I love that synth sound on this track that literally sounds like a heart rate monitor. Like, it kind of portraying it's like the heart needs to actually physically heal after like such an immense feeling of heartbreak and kind of something that you thought was so perfect kind of being ripped from you mentally like that. It is like such a dire track that is so truly beat down and depressed, but the instrumental is just so fucking driving. It has so much strength and like such a like very prominent, powerful build. I was like, this is just such a great juxtaposition of sounds and lyrics. Like, again, something like that synth that sounds like a heart monitor fits perfectly with the lyrics, but then how driving and how bustling this track is feels like such a powerful juxtaposition. Again, I fucking love this song. That's like a 10 for me. I genuinely would give that a 10. That's like pretty easily the strongest so far in my opinion. I thought that track was like the best song lyrically so far, and then instrumentally, like there's just so many interesting things both countering and adding to the lyrics. Like there's just so much fucking depth to this track. Shit was beautiful. It could be Sweet up next. Whoa.
I don't
Ooh.
about you. No reason to vibe but feel. And I
Sounds like a
ain't
fucking
guilty.
futuristic Sade song.
Excuse me, oh, but I'm guilty of fear. I'm sorry to remind you, but I'm scared of what we are creating. This love affair, you don't get summer for nothing. Don't now, go and try a little harder. It could be sweet, like a long forgotten dream.
Oh my god, man.
And we don't need them to cast the fate we have. Love don't always shine through. 'Cause I don't wanna lose what we had last time you were leaving. This love affair, you don't get summer for nothing. Don't know. Gotta try a little harder. It could be sweet.
Absolutely. Has to be.
But the thoughts we try to deny take a toll upon our lives. We struggle on in depths of pride, tangled up in single miles. 'Cause I don't wanna lose what we had last time you're leaving. This love affair, you don't
I know
get
Beth
summer
Gibbons, don't
for
you? I know Beth
nothing.
Gibbons.
Don't bad. Go and try a little harder. 'Cause I don't wanna lose
Where's Beth Gibbons from?
what we had last time you're leaving. This love affair.
Oh, she's English. She's putting on a bit of an accent here.
Gotta try a little harder. It could be sweet.
No wonder only British people can make peak music. Exactly. You know, I was saying this feels like a futuristic Sade song, and I was getting like the exact same feelings that I would get listening to a Sade track. It has that same like perfect intersection of like the most beautiful instrumental you could imagine, and just the most devastating lyrics piled on top of that. You add on to the fact you add on to that, sorry, the fact that there is like this slightly uncanny feeling to this track. The programmed drums feel slightly off. There's something about these synths that feels slightly off that just makes this track have an uneasy quality on top of that. This is just such a perfect amalgamation of different sounds being brought to a track that it is kind of digging into like your darkest desires of like clawing back at that lost relationship, kind of feeling the need to get back to it because you're unable to find those same feelings anywhere else. It literally is a song that is representing your darkest desires whilst at the same time like being so beautiful and like lush instrumentally. I am loving the sound play on this album, man. That's another 10. That's another 10. It did feel unnatural compared to the first few. I would agree, but I would say unnatural in a good way. Like, I think that track has an uncanny feeling very intentionally, and I think that it gets that across absolutely fucking perfectly. Need to visit Portishead to be a real fan in Somerset. It's Portishead in I thought Portishead was in Bristol. Oh, it's west of Central Britain. Wait, is Somerset in Bristol? Bro, I don't know shit about shit. Okay, it's like west of Bristol. I don't know if that still counts as Bristol. Yeah, I've been to Bristol plenty of times. Like, I used to live in Swindon, so you know I would go to Bristol a decent bit. Wandering Star up next. After 5 seconds of silence. Every track needs to end with 5 seconds of silence.
Please, could you stay a while to share my
Holy shit. That ride is so fucking loud.
Always feel this way, and the time that I was sufferless is when I never have to wait. Wandering stars, for whom it is reserved, the blackness, the darkness forever. Wandering stars, for whom it is reserved, the blackness, the darkness forever. Those who have seen needles I now tread, like a husk from which your that was now has fled, and the masks that the monsters wear.
Oh, this is a deluxe I pulled up here. Which one's the bonus song?
For whom it is reserved, the blackness, the darkness forever.
Okay, It's a Fire is not on the official album.
For whom it is reserved, the blackness, the darkness forever.
I'll still listen to it, I'll still give it a score, but I'm not going to count it towards the album score because it's not an official track. Yeah, I'll still listen to it, yeah.
Doubled up inside, take a while
Yeah, I wish that bonus tracks were just
always doubled up
like included as
inside.
bonus songs, like at the end.
Daunted, cruel. Wandering stars, for whom it is reserved. The blackness, the darkness forever. Wandering stars, for whom it is reserved. The blackness, the darkness forever.
Get like a mini record scratch solo into these beautiful keys. Holy shit. Yeah, I'm feeling a solid 9 on this track. This album is not missing so far. This shit is just heat head to toe. Can I check fuck that shit? 3-6 Mafia. What is that? What is that? I will in a sec. I will in a sec. I'm guessing it samples this. Like, I went into this album knowing I would like it, but like, it really is as good as people glaze it to be. It is that fucking good. Oh my God. Again, just the lyrics here, man. The writing from Beth Gibbons is devastating on every single track. Here, she's talking about like falling into such a deep state of depression following, I guess, the experiences on the last couple tracks. That causing her to see people the way they truly are, and that like kind of worsening her state, kind of forced to come to the realization that a lot of these people who she thought was she thought was there for her are actually just kind of like leeching off of her and aren't actually there to actually be there for you, you know? It's like a track that so excellently explores depression whilst also exploring like fake people in your life at the same time. Like, it's able to describe both in such detail and bring them together in a way that's just so miserable in the best way possible. You get this very like I would say definitely murky instrumental with like that great record scratch solo at the end, that really cool sampled bass line throughout this song as well. Like, this has one of the more creative instrumentals up to this point too. I've got no fucking complaints about this album so far, man. It's a Fire, which is a bonus track. It is a bonus track. So I'm gonna score it, but it's not gonna count towards the rest of the album.
It's a fire. These dreams are
Is that a fucking Freebird sample?
It's a fire.
Okay, never mind, it's not. The synths just reminded me of Freebird for a sec.
These dreams have passed me by.
That would have been so funny if they sampled Freebird on this.
I desire keeps getting me down.
Oh shit, you wanted me to check that out. Remind me after this. I will check check that in a sec.
Recognize mistakes for time and again. can see no reason for it to fail. Yeah. 'Cause this life is a farce. I can't breathe through this mask like a fool. So breathe on, sister. Breathe on.
Okay, so apparently this wasn't recorded. Oh, sorry, it wasn't included on the vinyl copies of the album or the original European and UK releases. So it's essentially just like a later addition to the album that I guess is meant to be part of the experience now, but still, I'm not going to count it.
Testify or tell, it's fooling us now. So let it be known for what we believe in. I can see no reason for it to fail. 'Cause this life is a farce. I can't breathe through this mask like a fool. So breathe on, little sister. Breathe on. Oh, so breathe on, little sister, like a fool.
I can see why this wasn't included in the original album release. It's not quite on the same level as everything else, but it's still really good. What's up, Nunes? Yeah, honestly, the organ use does sound like Talk Talk a decent bit, yeah. I would still give that like a solid 8. It's still a great track in a vacuum, but in comparison to everything else on the album, it's pretty obvious why this was left off. Lyrically speaking, it's nowhere near as impactful, kind of just a little bit of a vague exploration of like a desire to get to a better state. It doesn't feel like lyrically it's quite as pointed as any of the previous songs. And on top of that, instrumentally speaking, while it does have a lovely organ, while it does have a very nice steady trip hop beat, like all of these elements are bringing it up into still being a great track. It's not that same like needle pushing, mind bending shit that we're getting on any of the other tracks. You know what I'm saying? I really do still enjoy this track a lot, but it's pretty obvious why this was not included on the main album here. Still a great track. It's a solid 8 in a sea of 9s and 10s, you know? Numb up next. Check the sample. Oh yes. Right, we'll check that 3-6 Mafia track real quick.
Nigga bucket in the club like fuck that shit. Slap a drink in front of his bitch like fuck that shit. Start a fight with the thickest click. Fuck that shit.
Hey.
Fancy, I'ma ride me a Chevy with them 4 doors and blow some dough. Sit back and watch a flick on screens.
I don't even give a fuck about the sample. This song just goes hard. Like I think I could pick up on the sample in the background there. Oh Jesus Christ. DJ Beat It. What the fuck? Hang on a sec. What the fuck is this? I'm looking at DJ Beat Him over here. The fucking Markiplier with the worst thumbnail I've ever seen in my life. Oh my god. Anyway, next track, Numb. Stinking fart reference. Oh my lord. I think you forgot to turn your wires on. Yeah, I think you might have forgot to turn your wires on. And maybe let's loosen the snare head a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh my god. St. Angus, this makes the St. Angus snare sound like... I don't know, it makes it sound like you're listening to a fucking Beatles track.
So lost. I can't find my way.
Sampled in an Alio song, Genuine song, Triple X song, Cannabis, Ice-T, Uncle, Caravan Palace, Killer Mike, Scalpel, Paradox. Holy shit. Sounds like they're hitting pots and pans, yeah. The lead single from the album.
Deceiving to breathe this secretly. This silence I can't bear. 'Cause the child roses light tries to reveal what I could feel. And it's
which is better, Numb or Numb?
Oh, no.
That's tough. Stinking Fart versus Bristol. Stream when? Maybe. I don't know when. I'm not too sure. I gotta be honest. Like at the start of this song, I was a little torn. This drum. I don't know if it's a sample or if it's actually recorded for the track. It was a little distracting, but as it progressed, I actually found myself really like falling into the very off-kilter atmosphere that this track presents. I don't know if like the snare sound fits the best, like the super tightly tuned snare wires off sound. It doesn't fully work for this song, but honestly I can get behind what the idea they were going for is. I do get why that was kind of being included, to make this track feel like it's a fucking surreal out of body experience that she's feeling, kind of detailed in the lyrics here, like feeling so lonely, feeling so lost and desperate, and it feels like it's actually like forcing her to have an out-of-body third-person experience because the emotions are just that powerful that she's feeling. Like, this is just such a tormented album, man. Like, this album is so full of heartbreak, it's so full of despair, and just someone who's being constantly beaten further and further down into the ground, essentially. Like, this shit is a brutal listen, despite how beautiful these instrumentals are. I'm feeling a high... Pardon me. I'm feeling a high 8 on this one. High 8. My least favorite, like, actual album track so far, but still a great song regardless. Roads. This is a Nick Drake reference. Want to check out the new Future album? I don't give a shit about the new Future album. Yes, Bonnie Tyler passed the other day. I mean, immediately we're getting quite moody here. Ooh. Type shit.
Can't anybody see?
She's saying what I'm saying.
We've got a war to fight. Never find our way. Regardless of what they say. How can it feel this wrong? From this moment, how can it feel this wrong? Stone
John Carpenter influence.
morning light.
Okay.
Feel no more can I say. Frozen to myself. I got nobody on my side.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Genius annotation here. One of the band members says that's John Carpenter. He was like super switched on to just emotion and not any musicality really. All his music was made because he's a director. There's something about that. It's pitched perfectly in terms of emotion. It's kind of sad, but it's not like throw your guts up, which is something we've always tried to avoid.
Ooh, can't anybody see? We've got a war to fight. Never find our way. Regardless of what they say. How can it feel this wrong?
Okay, so the through line on this album seems to be loneliness. This is another track kind of talking about loneliness, but questioning if those feelings of loneliness are justified. Questioning if, like, she has the right to feel as bad as she does. I'm sorry to pause at this beautiful string section, but the line that really locks that into place for me is Storm in the Morning Light. That line to me reads as, like, she is, like, technically in a position where she should not be feeling this way. She's very, like, on the surface well off, but the fact that she's feeling this bad and, like, perceiving a storm in the morning light makes her feel like her feelings aren't actually legitimate. Like, again, she just doesn't have any right to feel this way when everything else in her life on the surface isn't really going that wrong. It's a beautiful way to kind of explore denial. And taking it through the lens of loneliness, it's the writing on it. Like, I'm shocked at how well written this is. I did not think the writing would be the thing I'm, like, connecting to the most on this album.
How can it feel this wrong? From this moment, how can it feel this wrong? Oh, can't anybody they say. How can it feel this wrong? From this moment, how can it feel this wrong?
Yeah, this track's another 10 for me. Oh my god, that was fucking stunning. The most powerful Gibbons performance up to this point, in my opinion, with its balance of solemnness and striking poignancy, with gorgeous string and guitar implementations accompanying that piano. Yeah, like Beth Gibbons' just most dread-filled vocal performance, man. This is her at a complete low point, where she has all of these shitty feelings, she has all of this heartbreak, all of this loneliness, and she's getting to a point where she's questioning whether she's even right to feel that way. That is just like, damn. Like, lyrically, this is the most impactful song up to this point. That was just fucking brutal. And then you get 5 minutes of this just spellbinding instrumental. The beautiful kind of echoey keys that you get throughout this track. Obviously a very slick drum beat like you've had on every other song, but the fucking implementation of the strings on this track just swept me off my feet. That was such like a shocking moment, but it was so fucking beautiful, man. Oh my god. Oh, the complexities of how she deals with that emotion is really good too. Yes, there is like actual depth here. Like the exploration feels so human. It doesn't feel like it's just exploring one idea. It's like actually feeling like an in the moment mental rabbit hole that you're going down. It's like the details here are just fucking mental. Pedestal up next. No, it's 20 to 2 in the morning. I'm not doing that.
How can I believe this miracle where the wind blows dry?
I'm gonna check in on DJ B Tim in a sec. I'm gonna see what he's doing.
Undenied by yourself, you abandon me. How I suffer. Ridicule breathes aside. You abandon me, lost forever. Hush, can you hear?
Of course, including the 8-hour live album.
Enter and rejoice this pedestal where the rainbow's high. Your destiny,
Is that an upright bass?
mystery of all time.
I don't think it is, but it's like being... There's something about the way it's being played that sounds like an upright bass. It has that kind of tonality. And when mixed with like these very sloppy, like slower jazzy feeling drums,
Hush him cry.
fretless bass, that might be it. I am certainly not a bass expert, so I got no fucking idea. Yeah, they had DJs back then, back in the 30s. Yeah.
No time we go.
DJ scratching a sound that doesn't sound dated or annoying. Absolutely.
No time make a reason.
I'm actually going to look back through the lyrics of this track because I was kind of locked in with the instrumental here and I want to see what's going on lyrically. How can I believe this miracle where the wind blows dry through the force of a man undenied by his eye? Oh, you abandon me, how I suffer. Ridicule breathes a sigh, you abandon me, lost forever, hush, can you hear? Enter and rejoice this pedestal where the rainbows hide your destiny, mystery of all time. And the chorus again, no time, make, or reason. Well, it's definitely calling back to the guy that left her earlier on in the album, and the pedestal that she holds him up in as like the most important figure of her life, maybe. Me from the future here, I'm just going to jump in here and say maybe it's not necessarily the most important figure in her life, but maybe more so kind of like the figure that's had the most impact on her life, like mentally speaking. Like he has fucked her up so much that he is kind of held in a pedestal above everyone else in terms of like how much impact he has had and how much he has thought about. I guess the no time make or reason, I like the genius annotation here that says, TikTok, she's waiting to hear your next brilliant excuse, but in reality it's too late, lay in the bed you've made. Just kind of all hope being lost in that relationship, and that hopelessness kind of, I don't know, turning into like an ironic, literal pedestal that this guy's being put on in her head. That is, yeah. I love the, literally I was about to say, I love the jazzy instrumental we got here from the very cool, like, the way they make the bass sound like a fucking upright bass here, the drums having that like sloppy, jazzy quality. Even like the record scratches kind of feel like it's trying to replicate an imperfection of like an old vinyl or something like that. I just absolutely adored what they went for instrumentally on this track. I'm surprised at how much variety they're getting out of like a lot of the same sounds being used. They're really like stretching a lot of these like bass, drums, guitar, record scratch elements to their limits and allowing this album to feel so varied while still feeling almost like it's one massive cohesive piece rather than individual tracks, you know? I want to put a note in here that it's around this point in editing the video that I realized just how much I say like in this video. Jesus Christ, it's almost as if I'm an uncertain fucking secondary schooler again, giving an unconfident answer when picked by the teacher or some shit like that. It's ridiculous how much I go like throughout the course of this shit, man. I'm sorry. I need to get better at talking. Solid 9. Bass vibrato is interesting. I think that might be what was making me think of it as like an upright bass kind of sound. Biscuit up next. Holy shit. Wow. You've got to be fucking kidding. I'm running that back. Oh my god, that is one of the best intros ever. Holy shit. The way it teases you here. Oh my god. It's so grimy. There's something about this that just feels so disgusting, man. Is it James Brown sample? Yeah, it samples Say It Loud, I'm Black and Proud by James Brown and I'll Never Fall in Love Again by Johnny Ray.
It's just I'm scared. Got hurt a long time ago. Can't make myself hurt, no matter how hard I scream. A sensation.
Okay, lyrically, immediately being given so much to chew on. I'm lost, exposed, stranger things will come your way. It's just I'm scared, got hurt a long time ago. I can't make myself heard. No matter how hard I scream, oh sensation, sin, slave of sensation, full fed yet I still hunger torn inside. So this is her like making another attempt to move on. And it's her kind of acknowledging that she is able to find love in other places, but she's not able to scratch that same itch she found all that time ago with another guy, I guess. And it seems to be due to an inability for her to open up in a way that's healthy. No matter how hard I scream, oh, sensation, no matter how hard she tries, she is still feeling that same depression, that same feeling of being lost and alone, despite having all of this stuff around her that she could be using to help herself, but she is unable to due to not knowing how. Damn. This is the Johnny Ray sample here. It all culminates in the emotional release of the P-Closer. I can't wait to see how this shit wraps up, yeah. Okay, computer got a purple star. Has it not always had a purple star?
A mother's son has left me sheer. The shores I seek are crimson to still vine. Can't make myself heard, no matter how hard I scream. A sensation, slave of sensation.
Oh, it must have gotten to enough ratings to get a purple star. It might not have had enough ratings. I kind of view these samples being used here as maybe a meta commentary about the existence of this album itself. Kind of her accepting that she's never going to find that same thing. She's never going to have a healthy way to express herself, so she just drowns herself in music. And like music creation maybe, because it's obviously like got the record scratches over like classic songs, so it's kind of her kind of exploring music creation as a way to just vent all of this stuff out as like a last-ditch effort, maybe. That's how I view the inclusion of these samples. Obviously, like stating the obvious of the album. Yeah, like this is a contender for best on the album. This is another fucking 10 right here. Oh my god, man, this is just such a fucking dense song that has so many different layers and so many different angles that I can attack it from. My interpretation is one of many that I could possibly have about this track. This is just such a great penultimate moment, and I'm fucking fascinated to see how they are going to wrap this up. I have no idea where this is gonna go, and I'm so excited to see where how they close this shit. Glory Box, final track. After 5 seconds of silence, of course. Oh, it's this. Or is this a sample? Trying to be Isaac Hayes.
I'm so tired of playing with this bow and arrow.
Yeah, I've heard this. Yes, the Isaac Hayes sample here is great.
For I've been a temptress too long.
God, the desperation on this song, man.
From this time unchained, we're all looking at a different picture through this new frame of mind. 1,000 flowers could bloom. Move over and give us some room.
Such a gentle solo, man.
So don't you stop being
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Just take a little look from outside when you can.
Glory Box is a piece of furniture once commonly used by unmarried young women to collect items such as clothing and household linen in anticipation of married life. I see.
No matter if you cry, give me a reason to love you.
So it feels like she's kind of exploring a lot of the feelings presented on the album already, but through the lens of feminism. Kind of saying that, like, despite all of the perceived equality bestowed on women now, she still feels unable to find those feelings of being understood, of being loved.
So I wanna be a woman.
And I guess I like this annotation here. Like feeling as if she wants to liberate herself. Whoa.
It's time to move on. So I'm so tired of playing with this bow and arrow. Gonna give my heart away, leave it to the other girls to play.
Yeah. Like, this is an easy 10 and probably like second best on the album. And this loop kind of implying that this entire thing is just a fucking cycle. Like, the fact that it just goes back to the start of the song and then fades out. The implication of this being an unescapable cycle, whether it's just for her or if it's throughout generations. Like, the easiest 10 I can give, man. It loops just like Igor does, exactly. Oh, did we get taken down? Unlucky. Unlucky. What the fuck is this? What am I listening to, man? Well, that's what's going on the fucking DJ Beat Him stream, I guess. Fucking hell, man. Rage Against the Machine, was that Waka Flocka Flame, and Wii Sports being brought together. Amazing. I gotta be honest, I did tune into that stream after I was done and listen to some of that set, and I have to say the DJ stuff is going hard. It's good to see Brad finally like doing better, making finally positive changes. And I don't know, just doing stuff that's like creative, that's not for monetary gain. Like, he seems to be doing much healthier. So, you know, good on him for finally doing better than he was last year. Gonna change my rating of Dummy to a 0 because DJ Beat Him proved that it can always be better. Exactly. Yeah, Glory Box is a perfect closer. The way that this track kind of implicates a cycle, whether it's through generations, whether it's just for Beth Gibbons herself, kind of being in this cycle of constant heartbreak, a feeling of inequality, and an inability to get what she needs out of the men in her life. It's just such a powerful exploration of the emotions of heartbreak and loneliness that have already been explored on the album through feminism. I think that's such a great angle to kind of take the album with to close here. I like, this track is just such a breathtaking piece, whether you're talking lyrically or that great Isaac Hayes sample, the excellent instrumental progression on this track, the random switch into that burst of anger towards the back half of the track there. I could not believe how fucking incredible this track was, genuinely. This song's an easy 10. Like, it's the best closer I could ask for on this album. It's the best closer I could possibly ask for. The amount of layers on display here, the meticulous craftsmanship going on this track, and just how perfect all of the individual details that come together to create this cohesive experience of a track are. I absolutely fucking adored this. Excellent closer. Actually fucking excellent closer. Well, that was Dummy by Portishead. It deserves the glaze. It deserves it. Like, people have this as a top 50 album of all time on Album of the Year. Yeah, that's deserved. This is like one of the best trip-hop albums. Maybe the best trip-hop album I've listened to yet. Every detail about this thing is perfect. The emotional storytelling here, the way Beth Gibbons explores feelings of heartbreak, loneliness, separation, longing, regret, just being in love, and even feelings of lust as well on this album, and explores them through so many different lenses, through the lens of depression, through the lens of fake friends, through the lens of feminism. Like, takes so many different concepts and explores the same central theme through them with such depth. There's so many angles you can look at every single individual track from. Every song just has so many ways you can view it, so many different interpretations. If I listen to this album again immediately after this, I could have a completely different interpretation as to what all of this means. There's so many different ways for me to fucking look at this, dude. I love the instrumental palette of this album so much. The way they're able to take very limited sounds, like mostly the same bass, drums, synth sounds, guitar sounds, but incorporate subtle sampling, incorporate different melodic elements, different production elements to make it feel so varied. Like, there is such a level of separation from each and every one of these songs sonically, despite all of them having that same atmospheric quality, despite all of them having like the same sounds being used. It just is able to feel like it spreads its wings with the sounds it's working with so much. And I love an album that uses like limited resources to its advantage like this. It's really such a breathtaking experience in terms of like getting variety out of like a simple set of sounds. Even like the sampling here, the sampling isn't like the craziest on this album, but when it is implemented, it's fucking perfect. I'm feeling a 9.7 on this album. Yeah, a 9.7 out of 10. I cannot wait to return to this like immediately. I want to go back and like get different interpretations of what all of this means. I want to go back and like experience it as like an unbroken flow. Yeah, I have no bad things to say about this album at all. This is like a damn near flawless experience. Go back to the stream. What is he doing? Some bullshit again? Fucking Sweet Caroline and an Aphex Twin track. Rage Against the Machine, Sweet Caroline, Aphex Twin, and Wii Sports. What made me despise the album enough to drop 3 points? The fact that the album's dog shit and they're from Bristol. Boo! Thank you all so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think of this album down below and how it compares to the other Portishead albums for you. Yeah, we're going to be doing all of the Portishead discography. Going to be doing the 3 studio albums and then maybe even the Roseland NYC live album as well. We'll see about that. If you're watching this in the future, the playlist for the other Portishead reactions will be somewhere on the screen here. If you're watching it around the time that it was uploaded, I'll put the Boards of Canada playlist if you want to see my unbroken reactions to all of their albums. Like and sub if you haven't. We are on our way to 5K. Links to the description to my Discord, my Album of the Year, my Twitter, my other channels, my Instagram. Check those out if you haven't. And I will see you all whenever I next stream or upload. Bye-bye.